Hey y'all, welcome to the live. I figured we can talk about some Sephora sale recommendations and favorites today. If you're I'm going to be uploading this onto YouTube after this is done. So feel free to leave me any comments or any questions that you might have about any specific products that you're thinking about picking up at the sale or any recommendations. I would love to hear your thoughts. So we are barefaced today, and I thought we should just do a quick get ready with me while we talk about some of my favorites. Let's just get right into it, shall we? So I want to start with my eyebrows today. And I have been enjoying this Anastasia Beverly Hills eyebrow powder. It's a tried and true. It's an OG. There's a ton of brow products on the market. I've tried a lot of them. I like to switch up my brow products just depending on the day. I will say though that if you're looking for a brow pen, my favorite one off the top of my head definitely is the Valentino one. She's kind of bougie, but she's three-sided, so you get a spoolie, a pen, and an actual eyebrow pencil. So that's why I highly recommend that one. And as far as eyebrow gel goes, there's a ton of great ones. Brows are a very personal thing. Some people like a stronger hold brow gel. Some people like a fiber brow gel. Some people prefer just a brow pen rather than brow powder. So it's very specific to your personal needs. For me, it just kind of depends on how much time, honestly, I have to do my eyebrows, because if I don't have time to sit there and do actual brow strokes on my eyebrows, then I just find that a brow powder is the easiest to take on an angle brush like this. Or if I'm really in a rush, I like to take a fiber brow gel to give me the hold and the volume that I want. And this one here is by Benefit, and I do recommend this one. It's the Precisely My Brow Wax. It's a good one if you're looking for a solid one. But if you are looking for one that's a little bit more luxe, then Dior has a really, really great fiber brow gel that I recommend as well. Now that we can't get the Tom Ford one, apparently, that used to be my all-time favorite, but it appears as though they have discontinued it, sadly. So, and then as far as complexion products, I'm not really going to get into perfumes. Hi, welcome to the live. We're talking about Sephora sale favorites today. I would love to hear if you have any recommendations or anything you have your eye on, or if you've picked up anything already. I'd love to hear about it. I just did my brows, and I talked about the tried and true Anastasia Beverly Hills eyebrow powder, and Anastasia also has great brow gel, and so does Benefit. So I would recommend those two brands for brow products. I also like the Dior brow gel as well. Okay, so as far as complexion goes, one of the things that I personally just picked up was the CL skin tint. It has an SPF of 50, I believe, and it was a recommendation that I saw from somebody on YouTube. So I'll be trying that myself. But foundation is also something that is very specific to your personal needs and preferences, and so it's hard for me to give recommendations. I have a combination to oily skin, so those are the type of complexion products that I usually like to deviate more towards. So if you, like me, have a similar skin type, I've really been enjoying the Prada Reveal Skin Optimizing Foundation. And I've also heard that, hi, welcome to the live. Thank you so much for joining. And so I've also heard that people with combination to more drier skin also enjoy this Prada one. I like the fact that the packaging is refillable. I'm very happy with the shade range, at least for shades that are within my similar skin tone. I've also really been loving the YSL All Hours foundation, and I also love my Valentino foundation. So, hi, Sensory. Thank you so much for joining the live. I'm talking about Sephora sale recommendations and favorites today. I know that you told me that you have already been shopping this sale. It's so good to see you too. How are you? I'm just gonna do a little quick get ready with me using some Sephora sale favorites while we chat about things to pick up at the Sephora sale. So I just got done talking about some complexion products that I've been loving. I like the which shade do I wear in the product? Thank you for asking. I am in the shade MN60, but I will say that this is my summer shade. So I did also try MN50 and MN55. MN stands for medium neutral. And I was like so back and forth on which one to keep after trying a couple of different shades because I ordered online. And I do appreciate that the shades are truly neutral. So honestly, I could have worked with MN50 or MN55 just as easily and then just kind of darkened up the perimeter of my face with a bronzer rather than getting MN60. But if you prefer your foundation more on the darker side, like if you tan during the summer like me, then you might want to pick up MN60 if you are a similar skin tone than me. Girl, I'm getting ready to peel this shrimp. My hubby is making fettuccine. Yum. Hi, Melly Skincare Veteran. Thank you so much for joining the live. How are you? Thank you for being here. Okay, Sensory, thanks for sharing that. That sounds delicious. Honestly, that's like probably in my top favorite meals ever is fettuccine, to be honest. Can't go wrong, can you? So I'm going to just get my Valentino foundation here in case anybody wants to know. I am in the shade MN3 in the Valentino foundation. Hey, Sylvia, thank you so much for joining the live. How are you? Thank you for being here. We're talking Sephora sale favorites today while we do a quick get ready with me, which I should do a better job of getting going because I'm going to have to leave in just a little bit. I'm just going to church in a little bit, so I usually don't do anything too major or heavy coverage. I didn't really prepare that much for this live, to be honest with you, because I figured that my favorite attorney in Cali, you're so sweet. Thank you for that, Sylvia. I really appreciate you. So yeah, hi Alicia. Thank you so much for joining the live. Good to see you. How are you? I'd love to know if anybody's picked up anything from the Sephora sale already or plan to. The reason I purposely didn't really want to prepare that much, and maybe it's just to make myself feel better. Hi, Hodo. Is because I figured that it would just be more authentic if I didn't prepare, because that way I can just be here surrounded by all of the products that I just always just naturally in like my top shelf, so to speak. So I'll try to only talk about Sephora products, but if if anything else comes up that y'all want to chat about or ask me if is comparable to anything we talk about today, then feel free to ask. But just some concealers here that I have handy. I have so many concealers, y'all, and there's so many that I recommend. I love the Armani concealer for a lightweight concealer, but I will say that if you were to ask me to only choose one concealer from Sephora, I would have to go with one of my Hourglass concealers, just because you haven't picked up anything so far. Okay, thank you for sharing. I'd love to know if you plan on picking anything up. No pressure, of course. Makeup is not an absolute necessity, and goodness knows I have no business needing to pick up anything else myself. But I do think that it is a true testament that I have 3 of the Hourglass concealers, and I always have them here to grab handy, which I think does say a lot. And then other than that, I just have different concealers that I like to alternate between. Concealer is one of my favorite products to test out and to switch up in my makeup routine. I love Dior complexion products in general. To be honest with you, it's kind of hard to go wrong with Dior. But I know that the Gucci concealer is kind of controversial. I stand for this though. I would recommend this Gucci concealer if you're looking for like a lighter weight concealer. So I would say the Gucci one and the Hourglass one are like opposites on the coverage spectrum. So, but yeah, for me, I always use two different concealers. I like having one that's closer to my actual skin tone and then a brightening one. And that way I can use the darker one for blemishes and I don't have to cake up my foundation, because as I get older, I've just been enjoying a more lightweight all over foundation. And I've just been liking to spot conceal where needed. So another couple of concealers that I do recommend are these, the Valentino one, the Givenchy one, and the YSL one. And I know, of course, that these are like more on the luxury beauty scale, but I've tried all different types of concealers. I have the Pat McGrath one, the Mario one, the Charlotte Tilbury one, and I just feel like when it comes to makeup in general, you really do get what you pay for. So even though these more luxury concealers are a little bit pricier, concealer is something that I truly do believe is worth splurging a little bit more on, especially if you are looking for one that has good staying power and is just more elegant on the skin and just like wears better on you throughout the day. That's something that I really prioritize when it comes to concealer. Hi, thank you so much for joining the live. How are you? It's so good to see everybody. So I'm going to use the Gucci one today. I kind of use my Gucci concealer sparingly just because it is kind of pricey, but I also have spoken before on here about how I do think that packaging is important and it just adds to the whole luxury beauty experience when you have nice packaging like this Gucci concealer, for instance. I just love interacting with this product, and I do find myself reaching for products that I like to interact with as part of the whole process. So I not only expect my pricier makeup to perform, but the prettier it is, just the more often I'll reach for it and find myself using it. It just is what it is, you know? There's some solid products that I don't have anything bad to say about them, but for some reason I just don't reach for them. And the only thing that I can really think of as far as like why is because, I don't know, I just don't really enjoy interacting with like the packaging. The Sephora concealer is good. Oh, thank you so much for letting me know that, Alicia. I have not tried the Sephora concealer, but I have heard good things about Sephora brand products. You can get all Sephora brand products at 30% off right now. My biggest tip when it comes to Sephora Sephora brand products is to look and see where they're made, because it's my understanding that a lot of their products are made in like Italy and Italy or France. I think Italy. But I think that explains why you tend to hear good things about Sephora brand products, especially as of late. Because we all know that it's hard to go wrong when makeup is made in Italy, right? So right now I'm just adding a little bit of the Hourglass concealer in the shade Apricot. I like this shade because it does have a little bit more of a peachy undertone. So a lot of times I do like my concealer to have a peachier undertone. I will say when it comes to concealer, as far as something that I just think is a tried and true and great for any type of skin type or really like age, is the NARS, the Soft Matte Complete Concealer. I have the shade Ginger and Custard. And this is such a good concealer. It is unique in the sense that I don't think that there is anything comparable to this NARS one on the market. It's just a good one. I don't know what it is, but it's been around forever. It's such a tried and true and a staple in so many people's collections. I like to use this to spot conceal blemishes, hyperpigmentation, either before or after makeup. I like to carve out my eyebrows with it. This is just useful in so many ways. So there's that, and I might pick up that one after I finish the rest of my makeup. But hey Yasmin, thanks for joining the live. How are you? It's so good to see you here. Let's talk about, let's see. So we covered foundation. Yes, you made it. How are you? What are you up to on this Sunday? I hope everybody's having a lovely Sunday. Okay, so after I do my foundation and concealer, if it's like a really glowy foundation that I feel like I need to powder right away, then I'll go into powder. But I did want to quickly mention this Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer. I know a lot of other people have been recommending this for the Sephora sale, and I do recommend this product, even though I've talked about how I don't love Mario's packaging. This is one product that I am willing to overlook the packaging for, because I, again, think that this is a very unique product in the market, and I don't know of any comparable product that I would compare to this. I love how easy and user-friendly this transforming skin enhancer is. It's just, you can slap it on underneath powder, on top of powder. It's just easy. It's kind of hard to go wrong, honestly. Let me know if any of y'all have tried this, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. The shade range is good because it doesn't add a lot of coverage or heaviness. It's perfect for like a no foundation makeup look like I'm kind of doing today. Honestly, just because of a lack of time and because I don't feel the need to show up to church in full coverage. But good. I already got my Sephora sale order too. Ooh, I would love to hear what you picked up, Yasmin. I talked about how I love the Hourglass concealer and the Gucci concealer. I used a little bit of both of those today. And then, yeah, using the Makeup by Mario Transforming Skin Enhancer for a little bit of a bronzer, if you will, around the perimeter of the face. I hope the lighting is good. Let me know if I appear like washed out or something. It's kind of hard for me to tell because I'm using the other side of the iPhone camera to hopefully give us better quality here. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, what I really like about this Gucci concealer is like how buildable it is, and it's such a thin formula that even after you've powdered like throughout the day, I will come home during my lunch break, like after doing my makeup in the morning before work, like around 7:30, and I'll walk my dogs over my lunch break, and then I'll, wearing sunglasses, I'll get like indentations on my nose, and then I have to kind of touch up my concealer before going back to work. And I never have issues with this Gucci one. It just, like I said, it layers very beautifully, even after having powdered and set my makeup already. Oh geez, where do I start? I know, it's like, if you're like me, I mean, Yasmin and I are similar in that I think we both take advantage of the Sephora sale after holding out for a while. I did pick up the Dior contour stick, the new contour stick, and the foundation stick. I tried to behave ahead of Black Friday, but sometimes those shipping costs get you. So you're better off sticking with Sephora. Exactly. That is definitely something to consider, that if you Even have to place multiple orders during the sale, you can. And Sephora shipping is great. It's fast and it's free, which we love. Excuse me, I have allergies. The Farah Homidi Compact is great, very skin-like. Okay, thank you for letting me know. I haven't tried anything by Farah Homidi. Re-upped on my Oribe and Kerastase favorites. Awesome. Love Oribe hair products as well. So those, yeah, I definitely recommend getting Oribe during the sale too if you're looking for good hair products. I like Olaplex too. My hairdresser says you don't really need Olaplex unless you have bleached hair though, so I have partially bleached hair underneath this because I used to be blonde. So he says that the bleach in my hair right now is probably about like halfway down. It's hard for me to tell, but that's what he said. So he said I can still keep using Olaplex until the bleach is all grown out of my hair. But one of the things, actually talking about hair products that I recommend, this is like such a tried and true for me. If you're, actually doesn't really matter what type of hair color you have because they have these in all different colors. But I even have a backup of these, and I'm not one for backups, but if there's a product that I just like am just obsessed with, I get kind of paranoid that it'll get discontinued or something, especially because I think this is technically listed as limited edition, but this is the Wow Root Cover stuff. You could also argue that you could just use like a brown eyeshadow for this step without needing this, but I don't know. There's just something about like this little brush that comes with it that I think is great. And I just always have it handy here in my makeup vanity just because like when I have the, maybe it's just like the lights, but I always feel like I have like a little bit of like a bald spot right here. I don't know if wearing a baseball hat like contributes to it or what, but I just love to touch up, like especially if I'm wearing a very tight bun. Love this Color Wow powder. Yasmin says, I love the Oribe Clarifying Shampoo Mousse. Okay, I haven't tried that one. I use a lot of products on my natural curls and it gets all the gunk out. Awesome. The Color Wow setting spray is amazing for my blowout. Ooh, okay, yeah, I love the Color Wow. I just used that one today because I washed my hair today. And my mom wears her natural hair curly, and I made sure that she had the Color Wow for curly hair too already because I've been hearing great things about that, and because I love my Color Wow so much, I'm sure that that one is good too. This is the Natasha Denona contour powder, which is not at Sephora, but it is on Beautylish. So if you shop the Beautylish gift card event recently, this is just another tried and true that I feel like I can't do my makeup without. The Color Wow. Oh, Sylvia says the Olaplex lawsuit scared me away from their products, unfortunately. Okay, I totally understand that. Thank you for sharing that. I brought that up to my hairdresser after he is the one that recommended Olaplex for me in the first place when I was blonde. And he said that it's because people are using it wrong. He says that if you overdo it, it will literally like break off your hair, just like the lawsuits allege, because he like explained to me the way it works. He's like, it strengthens the bond. So if the strand of hair is like split because it's like dry and it has like split ends, or it's heat damaged or damaged by bleach, the Olaplex is going to like reinforce it and strengthen the hair strand. So he says like you should use it as directed, like once a week, maybe, like, but if you overuse it, yeah, he's like that strand is just going to keep getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And then it's just going to like break like straw or whatever. So it made sense to me. And so I just think it's important to be mindful of that. I'm reaching for my setting powder here, and my tried and true setting powder that I would recommend is the Huda Beauty one. I love other luxury setting powders, but at Sephora, This is just a go-to for me. I just like how thin and lightweight it is, but it really does lock in my makeup, especially as an oily skin girly. I did order the Kosas powder just because, like, I've ordered it in the past and it really was not impressive, but everybody like won't shut up about that Kosas one. So I think what turned me off on it was some reviews on Sephora saying that there's like broke or something. I don't know. Or maybe it just, I felt like wasn't mattifying enough for my skin, but people swear by it just like as a touch-up powder. So got sucked in and I gave in. I haven't received any of the products that I have purchased so far, by the way, because I shopped online during the sale. So I don't have any new products to show y'all, but I can get up on here maybe next week or the week after or something like that. Once I have, I might do it consecutively for a couple of weeks, given the amount of products I got. But we can also chat about the things that I picked up and hauled from the sale if y'all are interested in that. Let me see. That makes sense. Most definitely can understand the user error. I'm guilty of it. I switched to Grwm's hair product and I can't go back to anything else. Interesting. I never even like thought about Grwm when it comes to hair products. I'm tempted to put this on my lips because while I do my makeup, I like to have a lip balm on just to like have my lips nice and plumped, but I might as well mention it. I have been enjoying this Topicals Mint Lip Balm. It has a slight minty sensation on it, but it doesn't tingle your lips, not like a lip plumper. So I like that one. There's so many lip products, it's hard for me to even start, but off the top of my head, like for lipsticks, I love the Tom Ford ones. I know they're getting pricier on us, like literally by the day, it seems like. But yeah, other than the Tom Ford ones, the Makeup by Mario, the newer reformulation on his lipsticks is really good. So are the Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks. The Gucci lipsticks, honestly, are kind of underrated in my opinion. Those are really good, and they have like very unique colors. I'm going to use for lip liner this new one that just came in the mail. That I got this from Nordstrom, so it's kind of cheating because this video is not sponsored. I'm not loyal to any one particular retailer, so you know, I don't mind mentioning other retailers, but they one gripe that I have with Sephora is that even though Dior recently expanded their shade range on their lip liners, it doesn't seem that Sephora has them in stock. So I really wanted the shade Grwm Attitude. Somebody on here recommended them, I think Gila. But it's the shade 303 and I could only find this on Nordstrom. So I haven't tried this yet, but I love me a good brownie gray lip liner, if you know what I mean. Makeup Forever has great ones. So that is just a brand that stands out. But I also love the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip liners. And who else has good lip liners? I prefer my lip liners to be more like a sharpenable wooden lip liner situation than a more creamy, like long lasting one, which is ironic because that's more of like this Dior formula. But yeah, Makeup by Mario also has great lip liners. Charlotte Tilbury has great lip liners too, but hers are more on like the creamy, long lasting side. But you can't go wrong with Anastasia and Mario. I really appreciate how Mario has a brush on the other end of his lip pencils. It's also important to me that the lip pencil sharpens well, because that's one of the reasons that I was really turned off by the Chanel one, is that, like, I don't know if it's just user error, but even using the actual sharpener that came with the Chanel lip liner, I could just never get a nice, even, clean, sharpenable, like, tip with it. You know what I mean? And I just feel like that's something that is key for me. Oribe, yeah. Oribe, love Oribe. Hair products when it comes to hair. Yeah, Love Oribe. I would say that's like probably like my top brand when it comes to hair products. Color Wow is great too, though, of course. We spoke about Color Wow and Olaplex. Olaplex, Color Wow, Oribe. You know what I also have here to recommend, just handy, is this Virtue one. But this is similar to the Color Wow, like anti-frizz stuff. This one does have a nicer spray on it, so the mist is finer, which I do appreciate. But it controls, defrizzes, and protects. This is the Smooth. It has an S on it. So this, I think, is like slightly pricier than the Color Wow one, but I was curious to see how they compared. So as you can see, I'm almost done with this, which is telling, because I have a ton of hair products. Sisley hair stuff is goated. Yeah, the only hair product from Sisley that I've tried is the shampoo. And I used it sparingly. It lasted forever because like a little bit really goes a long way, which is appreciated at that price. It's just hard for me to, and I did purchase it during the Beautylish gift card event, the shampoo that I picked up. You know who convinced me to pick that shampoo up by Sisley is Michelle Wong. Because she always raves about Sisley hair products. Virtue is so good. Okay, Virtue. Is that? Oh, yeah. That's, okay. Yeah. I don't think I have any other Virtue products other than that, but yeah, in my experience, just based off of that, I could tell it's a good brand. You forgot about their hair products. Yeah. How does that Virtue smell? I got a shampoo and conditioner set back in the day and it didn't like how it smelled. Interesting. Thanks for sharing that, Yasmin. I watched Michelle and I did not know that. You know, Sylvia, check out Michelle Wong's like Beautylish gift card event favorites. In her recommendations, when it comes to the Beautylish gift card event, you might see that she brings up Sisley hair products. It smells good to me. It does have a scent. It's hard for me to explain. Like, I'm not the best at describing scents, to be honest with you. But I like it. It's not super strong. It's not offensive. It kind of just smells like shampoo. Like you kind of like enter into a hair salon and you know, like that nice, clean, like shampoo scent. It's slight and it certainly does not linger. Is it fruity? A little bit fruity. Yeah. I think so. Like I said, it's a little bit hard to describe. Maybe it's not fruity. I don't know. Like I said, I'm kind of like not the person to ask to describe fragrances. I'm sorry. That is not my strong suit. But okay, I just went and grabbed this Chantecaille lip pencil, but Chantecaille is not on Sephora, which is why I should not grab that one. But usually, to be honest with you, when it comes to lip liners, I grab whatever's sharp. Because I've mentioned on here before, it's, yeah. I'm not the best when it comes to keeping my pencils sharp. They smell like professional products. Exactly, Sylvia. Yeah, I would agree with that for sure. For sure. Okay. Have you tried the new... Oh, I'm sorry if I'm missing comments. Let me see. Yasmin, you asked if I've tried the new Augustinus Bader hairline. No, I have not. I don't even think I knew she came out with a hairline. Wasn't impressed with the original release, so I didn't check it out. Interesting. They must be expensive because I know her stuff is really pricey. Augustine is better. Yeah. Okay. I'm making sure I'm caught up with all the comments. My hairdresser said the same thing. People misused Olaplex, left it in overnight on the scalp. Yeah, you're not supposed to be using it like that. The Dream Coat, Color Wow Dream Coat. Yep. We talked about how I love that. Setting spray is amazing for my blowout. Color Wow setting spray. I don't think I've tried. I think I have. Let me grab it. Because I used the oil, the Oribe hair oil today too, which I do recommend. It's great. This Color Wow Style on steroids is really good. This is like a lightweight hairspray and a texturizing spray in one. I said I wasn't really going to get into hair products today, but look, we've gone off on a tangent, which is totally fine. This is just like a chill, get ready with me, like Q&A thing. Dry shampoos. I'm a dry shampoo lover. I love trying different dry shampoos. I've had pretty good luck with this Way stuff. Way products in general, I would say. I like their hair oil too. It's comparable to this Oribe hair oil. Love that. And then, what else? Yeah, this, like I said, so many Oribe products, but I love the texturizing spray by Oribe as well. And then the thick dry finishing spray. I don't know if y'all have the thick dry finishing spray, but this will help plump up your roots if you want to get more volume in your hair. One of the things that I use when my hair is wet is the mousse stuff, the thickening mousse by, actually I like one by Color Wow and I like the one by Oribe, like almost equally. I like to put it kind of right here in my bang area to give me more volume in my bangs, because I already have like a lot of hair and it's thick. I don't find that I need it all over, but it works. It will thicken up your strands, but I like having volume in my roots. And that's what I like this thick dry finishing spray for. And I hope that they do have it on Sephora, because this is a good one, like for second, third, fourth day hair. If your hair kind of starts to fall flat and you like to hold your style for a few days, love that. The mousse. Yeah, okay, Sylvia, you're a fan of the mousse as well. Sisley hair oil is so good. Definitely recommend for Black Friday. Dang. Yeah, thanks for that, Yasmin. I'm tempted to get that Sisley hair oil now, but who knows when the next time is that it'll be on sale, because I think Sisley just had their friends and family sale, so I missed the ship on that. Yeah, thank you for the recommendation. Okay. Yeah, we're talking about all these products that aren't even on Sephora. Okay. If you have a combination to dry skin, I do recommend this Forever Glow Star Filter. It even works with my oily skin, kind of. If I want to, for instance, the way I use this is by mixing it with a more mattifying foundation. So recently I posted a couple reels using this Valentino foundation, and you can tell even on the reels like how matte it is even before like I powdered it, which is nice. I like that. But it could be a little bit heavy like for day to day. So love, like beautiful on camera, but for a more lightweight finish, I've been liking to mix this Forever Glow Star Filter. I wear the shade 3. I could probably get away with shade 4 as well though, for more mattifying foundation formulas, even like this YSL one. Okay, what should we do next? Okay, we talked powder. So I did use the Huda Beauty, and then I lined my lips. Haven't finished doing my lips though, so let's put something on the lips. I talked about some of my favorite lipsticks that I like. Charlotte Tilbury, Gucci. Oh, I'd be remiss if I did not mention YSL when it comes to lip products. It's hard to go wrong with these, honestly. These are the Love Shines. Let me grab. So these gold ones, like this was the old packaging, and then they reformulated it and repackaged it in the silver packaging. You can tell how much I love Charlotte Tilbury. Look, these are all my Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks. Not even all of them, just the ones that fit in this little container. But just even if you're just like a very clear like lip balm girly, definitely get the clear one in this formula. It's so good. When it comes to lip products, what I like is products that, for instance, don't give me like the ring of death. I spoke about this in my last live, but especially like my job requires that I talk a lot. And like if I'm in a jury trial, for instance, and it's time for me to get up and do a closing argument, I'll be talking to the jury for like a straight hour, excuse me, hour nonstop. And like I cannot stand when afterwards, like I have like the ring, you know, that white ring of death that we all know about after our lipstick like dries up. So when you use more like, so like I kid you not, before I'm gonna stand up and do like an hour-long closing argument, I reach for these. I have one in my work bag because they're more of like an oil base lip product. So when it dries down, it just kind of dries down like a tint on my lips as opposed to like your traditional lipstick. Days like today when I'm just heading to church and I'm just looking for something that will give me a little bit of color, but I don't need it to stay on all day long. I'll reach for a formula like this. Nice and comfortable on the lips, nourishing, a little bit of color, but I don't need to have like a full face of makeup on for it to still look, you know, natural. Like you don't want to have like a really heavy lipstick and then like bare minimum face makeup everywhere else, if you know what I mean. If you're looking for a good lip oil, I know that everybody talks about the Dior ones, which are great. Love Dior lip products in general, the maximizers and all of that. But an underrated lip oil is this Grwm one. Speaking of Grwm, I love just like interacting with this product. Like another one of those that you reach for just because it's so fun to apply, like for lack of a better word, pleasant to apply is this one. I love a good fat, thick doe foot applicator. That's this guy right here. And it also looks really good on the lips. So I like in my lip products too, for them to kind of give me the illusion that my lips are plumper by kind of blurring the lines on my lips. So that's what I look for in like lip gloss formulas. And I should shout out the Charlotte Tilbury. Let me grab them here. These lip glosses do that for me. The packaging is kind of like, you know, some people like the packaging. It's a little bit like gaudy for me personally, but it's a good one. I like that. What is this? The Pillow Talk Big Lip Plump Gasm. I was only going to get one. It only comes in these two shades, unless she's recently come out with more, but I'm pretty sure she just has the fair medium and the medium deep. And the medium deep is just more of a berry, and the fair medium is more pinky, like light pink. And I was just gonna get the fair medium at first, but then I saw Hindash do like a beautiful look using the medium deep one, and then I'm like, done. I need to have both. So I don't use those enough, but those are great. And then I should also shout out the Westman Atelier lipsticks. She needs more shades, I will say, but I was really impressed with this formula. And again, like Westman Atelier products, just lovely to interact with, beautiful, love the magnet closure, so satisfying. Yeah, love that. Let me see if they're, Lawless. You know, Lawless I think is kind of underrated when it comes to lip products. I do like Lawless lip products. They're good. Let me see. Yeah. As far as like Sephora goes, like I said, can't go wrong with Dior, Gucci, Hourglass lipsticks. It's good. It's like Makeup by Mario, I would say. It's kind of like, I don't have anything bad to say. If you ask me if I recommend it, sure. You know, but it's not like anything that I would say is like totally innovative or anything. Let me see about the comments here. What y'all talking about? Do I have the Makeup by Mario loose powder? Sylvia, thank you for asking me. I just purchased it. So no, I don't have it here with me, but it was one of the things that I hauled. And I was kind of going back and forth as to whether or not to pick it up because people were saying that it's comparable to the Huda Beauty. And the Huda Beauty is like more mattifying for oily skin. So it seems as if this one's going to be better suited for me, but I just couldn't help but pick it up because of the hype and just because everybody is raving about it. How does the Grwm lip oil smell? I don't smell anything. So I don't think it has a scent. Yasmin, thanks for asking. Yeah, I'm not smelling anything on the lips. No added scent. Interesting, Sylvia. You think that it smells perfumey? I don't know. Maybe I'm just not smelling it because I have bad allergies, especially today. My allergies have been acting up. I don't smell very like a scent on this. I could be wrong though, if you're really sensitive. Sylvia says she does smell a scent on this, but she says it smells divine. It also has a pH reaction on your lips, so it's beautiful. It's very gentle, but a pretty pink stain. Thank you for that, Sylvia. I forgot to mention that as well. Yeah, Guerlain, like, I mean, I wouldn't say it's anything like their meteorites. These definitely have a scent. It is a perfume house, so yes, be careful with Guerlain products. I don't have to be careful because I have so many of their products, but okay, they tend to break you out. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yes, it is fragrance. I'm sorry you have allergies. Okay, so they're my allergies. My bad. Yeah, I could hardly smell anything. But yeah, my allergies were particularly bad today for some reason. So, what else? Oh, I was going to get into blush. Even though I could talk about blush and bronzer forever, honestly. But if y'all were to ask me off the top of my head what my favorite bronzer and blushes are, Gucci bronzer, Valentino blush. I said what I said. Yeah. I've raved about them on my channel before so many times, but I can tell that I really stand behind a product if I have multiple shades in it, especially if it's like a high price tag item like this, right? So I have 3 shades in this Gucci bronzer. They all work for me. I have shades 2, 3, 4. Gucci packaging, beautiful. I love this like vintagey feel. It's just so luxe, like the packaging. I love it. And then, like I said, I don't like the fact that Valentino only has 1 shade in their bronzer. So even though the formula is beautiful, I'm not going to talk about that. I also don't like the fact that it's like $50 for the refill only. So, in my opinion, Valentino does need improvement. Hey, Gila, thanks so much for joining the live. How are you? It's so good to see you. We're talking about Sephora faves. Curious to know if you've shopped the sale yet or if you plan on doing so and what you plan on picking up or have picked up already. But I could tell that the Valentinos are just goated pretty much because, look, I have almost every single shade. And that's how you can tell I'm like a stan, especially because I don't like the packaging. So this is how you know I'm dealing with the packaging that I don't like, and I still feel the need to have almost every single color. So yeah, such a beautiful formula. The pigment is beautiful. The formula is unique. It's not just like your standard, like there's so many good blushes on the market, right? So many good ones, but something that stands out as far as their formula goes and just the colors are beautiful, Valentino. Some alternatives that we can talk about that I'm sure I've mentioned on here before though, the Gucci blushes. I wouldn't say that the formula is revolutionary. They're beautiful. They're nice and blurring and soft, but nothing revolutionary. What other blushes? Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong picking up the Valentino ones, to be honest with you, as far as a powder blush formula. I mentioned on our live that I did with Gila. If you haven't seen it, she has it posted on her profile, so you can catch the replay if you want. But I mentioned that these are good blushes too by Givenchy, but I just don't find myself reaching for them because of the finickiness of the packaging. But other than that, if you've been eyeing these, yeah, I don't have much, I don't have any critiques really, other than the fact that it's kind of a hassle to deal with, like pouring the powder out and not getting it everywhere. Yeah. Let's see. I want to catch up on the comments here. Valentino blush everything. Okay, Sylvia, you agree with me on that. Happy to hear that. Okay. Okay, Gila, you shopped already, the essentials. Which shade of the Valentino blush do you recommend? Don't ask me that. Don't ask me that. Oh man, it's a tough one. I'm gonna have to think about that. Why was the Valentino bronzer $205? Exactly. Valentino doesn't have any business charging that for their bronzer, which is why I got the refill. Like, nobody's going to, yeah, it is, Sylvia, because of the ridiculous packaging. They consider it to be a clutch. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I don't wear my makeup like fashion. I mean, especially you pay good money for a nice Valentino bronzer and you're going to be carrying that thing around. No. Okay. Or the refill. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can. I don't know if you can get the refill on Sephora. I feel like I looked it up the other day and I couldn't find the Valentino bronzer refill. So yeah, like I said, if the one and only universal shade works for your skin tone, it'll work for you if you're near my skin tone and you want to try it. I'm not going to tell you that it's not good. It's good. It's just, why one shade only, you know? And you're just going to be interacting with the refill, really. I mean, unless you want to get the whole clutch, but the refill is good enough for me. I appreciate the fact that it has a lid on it. It even comes with a little brush that I will probably never use, but it's the same formula as their blushes that I am obsessed with. Let's talk about blushes real quick because there's a question about which formula to get. By the way, too, if any, Sylvia, I know that you have the highlighter in this formula. Apparently, I've been on a highlighter kick recently because I picked up the new Hindash one. I picked up the new Dior one, none of which are on Sephora. So, wait, yeah, I don't think this limited edition holiday release by Dior is on Sephora. I could be mistaken, but I picked this one up on Nordstrom because I don't think it's on Sephora. And then I did pick up the Chanel one that's not on Sephora. Picked it up from Nordstrom as well. But if you have the Valentino highlighter, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. I'm not one to like glitter in my highlighter formula, but I know that depending on how you apply it, sometimes you can get like a more gilded effect as opposed to a glittery effect. So if that's the case, I might need to pick up the highlighter. But okay, let's talk about the shades in the Valentino blush real quick because I'm going to have to leave in like 10 minutes, y'all. This is the shade 302. As you can see, this was in limited edition packaging. So I think this might have been a limited edition shade from last year. This is extremely vibrant though. So this is better if you have a deeper complexion, but I'm not going to spend time on it just because I really don't even know if this is available. But I do appreciate from Valentino that they have nice, vibrant colors in their blush formula. Like, look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay. And then you're going to buy the Hindash one soon. This one is a very unique. Okay. Yeah. Let me know your thoughts on the Hindash one, Sensory. Thank you for sharing. The Hindash one, I don't have much experience with it yet because I've only gotten to use it once. I wasn't going to pick it up at first just because I have so many beautiful highlighters that it's hard to top, like my Tom Ford ones, for instance. Dior, of course, has great highlighters. Clé de Peau, Chanel. But I don't know, somebody was raving about this one and I got sucked in during the gift card event. But yeah, it is beautiful. It's not too glittery or sparkly. So, okay, that's Hindash, but you can't get that at Sephora. This is a shade 3 in the Valentino blush, which I do think is a unique shade, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend it because it's just like, I mean, unless you're like a lavender purple lover and wearer, it just has like, it doesn't, I don't know. It's like, it's unique in the sense that it has like a really beautiful, like pearly lavender shift to it. And all of these are marketed as eye to cheek. So you can use these on the eyes too. But personally, I don't really put blush shades on my eyes all the time. So I pretty much just use these on the cheeks. This one's a beautiful one, Gila. This one would probably be a top contender for a shade that I would recommend is shade 6. This one is beautiful because it's like a peachy pink. So I like when a blush shade is kind of like in the middle, because that way I can use it with like a cool tone or a warm tone eyeshadow look. So that's the shade 6 right there. Love that one. And then let's see here. The highlighter is very pretty, Noelle, but the glitter can be a bit much. They're very minute though. Definitely recommend using a fan brush. Okay, thank you for that, Sylvia. The Hindash highlight looks glittery on me when I film in studio lights, then looks normal with regular indoor lighting. Yasmin, I can totally see why you say that, because it's true. Like under direct light, you can see that little bit of glitter. So it's just a matter of personal preference. But see, like I don't mind glitter as long as it's not unflattering. Like if it's gonna emphasize my textures and my pores and stuff like that, like hyperpigmentation, then I'll stay away from it. But if it doesn't, and if it's an elegant micro fine glitter, then I can put up with it. This is in the shade 2. I don't have all of like the shade names off the top of my head right here, but I think if I'm not mistaken, maybe this one's Born in Roma. The shade number 2 is a really beautiful one. It kind of reminds me of Armani 52, I want to say. These Armani blushes are another contender for a solid blush, like very reliable blush formula. But again, like nothing that I would, just like the Gucci, right? Nothing that I would write home of. Like if I were to have to choose between Armani and Gucci, I'd probably choose Gucci just because the packaging is prettier. But both solid ones. Okay, so yeah, I was right. That's Armani 52 right there. That's similar to the shade 2 in Valentino. A nice cool pink. Not too cool though. This one is nice if you have a lighter complexion or if you are interested in like a little bit of color correcting on your cheeks. This is a shade 9. It just isn't as bright on the cheeks. I actually used this in a recent reel, so you can see that on my cheeks in that reel if you rewatch that. It's on my channel. This is a pretty orangey corally one. It's the shade 8. And this one's really pretty too. It's a little bit more vibrant than the shade 9. So hopefully you can see the difference in the tones. So this one's the shade 8. This one's the shade 9. Yeah, I would just say that the shade 9 is a little bit more of a muted coral. And then this one is beautiful as well. This is the shade 1. This one's a more cool leaning pink. So it's more of like a Barbie pink. Let me swatch it next to. Yeah, so it's kind of similar to shade 52 in a way from Armani. That's that one right there. That's number 1. It's slightly cooler than shade number 2 that I have swatched right here. So this one's in the shade number 2. This one's in the shade number 1. Can you swatch 3? Yeah, of course. Thank you for asking. This is number 3 right here. Oh yeah. This one's the nice. So this one I would say is the most unique shade of all of them. For sure. This is a shade number 3 right here. This one's the one that I said has like a very like beautiful purpley lavender shift to it. This one would probably be pretty as an eyeshadow as well. And then, yeah, of course, my pleasure. So I think I pretty much, oh, the shade number 4. This one is a really gorgeous one too. Yeah. So this is in the shade 6 and this is in the shade number 4. So this is number 4. This is the shade 6. I love both of these shades. Number 4 has like a little bit more of a neutral tone to it. A little bit more of a like browniness. And this one is more coral, shade number 6. So it's so hard for me to decide on like a favorite, to be honest with you. It just kind of depends on like the look I'm going for. Sometimes I want like a bright orangey coral blush, depending on what I'm wearing. Like if I'm wearing more warm tones. And then sometimes I just want like a really bright, poppy, beautiful pink cheek, you know? But a good shade in the middle, I would say, is number 4. I wonder if I've swatched number 4 already, but I don't think I have. Let me swatch number 4. Yeah, see, number 4 is definitely more neutral. It's on my pinky right there. This is a shade number 4. It's more of like a rosy, but no glitter is detected in these blushes, but it has like a very beautiful sheen. It's nice and soft. So you like, it just melts into the skin beautifully. Which one is similar to the Armani blush 50 and 51? That would be shade number, okay, so I have the shade in the Armani blush 51 right here. I don't think I have the shade 50 in Armani. I have the shade 30, 40, 51, and 52. So shade 50, this is a shade 52 in Armani, okay? So I'm going to swatch it. Okay. On my hand right here is the Armani one. You see how, okay, I even had to go in twice to swatch the Armani one, and I just get more pigment with the Valentino. But I would say it's probably similar to shade number 1 or number 2 by Valentino. So this one's number 1 and number 2. And the number 1 is just cooler. So it's almost like in between shade number 1 and shade number 2 by Valentino. It is so similar to them though, to the point where it might not even be super detectable of a difference on the cheeks. I hope that's helpful. Okay, you meant number 2? Well, okay. I mean, you meant number 52. Okay. Well, let me swatch shade 52 actually. So this is 52 here, and this is 51 in Armani. Number 52 is cooler. So number 52 will be comparable to shade 1 more so than 52. So I would say, oh, here we go. Okay. So I just swatched it right here. Yeah, I think it's a little bit cooler. So let me get them out real quick next to each other. So we have, so I would say shade number 52 in the Armani blush is more so comparable to shade number 1 in the Valentino, because it has a slightly cooler undertone to it, a more cool pink. And then shade 2 is probably a little bit more comparable to shade 51 in the Armani. Hopefully I said 52 in the Armani before, which is more cool. Hopefully I'm not getting these confused. Shade number 2 in Valentino, I would say, is more comparable to shade 51 in Valentino. I mean Armani. 52 in Armani, shade 2 in Valentino. Of course, I'm so glad that that is helpful. I could have also even gone into a rabbit hole and compare them with the Gucci, because just real quick, the Gucci formula has like a very, very cool pink too, in the shade True Pink. And then this one is in the shade Radiant Pink, which is definitely more coral. I had taken this out to see if it could be like refilled or not. And that's why it's kind of loose on me. I'm going to have to figure out how to stick that back in there. But yeah, I love these Gucci blushes too. So if you've been eyeing these Gucci blushes, these are good. Bright coral, rosy beige, soft red. Those are all of the Gucci ones I have. And True Pink, which is that cool tone pink that I just showed, which is very, very cool tone pink. Probably more cool tone than any of the ones that I swatched. Okay. Let me see if there's any other questions, and then I'm going to have to run, y'all. Okay, let me see. Okay, yep. Where do you recommend picking up the bronzer refill if it's sold out? It's probably on Nordstrom. Rosy beige is your favorite, Gila? Thanks for letting us know. Yeah, rosy beige is a unique shade, I would say. It's like more mauve, right? Yeah, I would check Nordstrom for the Valentino powder refill. Hopefully it's on there. But yeah, once again, the swatches and the Valentino blushes, these are beautiful. Yeah, they're just gorgeous. It's hard to go wrong with any of these. As you can see, they have like a nice sheen on them. But yeah, so I'm going to have to run to church now, but I could be here playing with makeup and swatching and talking Sephora sale all day. So if you guys want me to do this again, feel free to let me know. The sale goes through the 11th, I believe. So I'm happy to do this again. If there's interest, let me know if y'all are shopping the sale. If you've already shopped, I'd love to know your thoughts and your recommendations. Send them my way. But other than that, thank you for joining, everyone. Thank you, Yasmin. Yeah, I didn't really get like all into the look here today as planned because, you know, I just kind of got distracted and started talking about makeup. But let me just slap on a little bit of blush and then that'll just be it. That'll be the look. Very natural. This is like pretty much as natural as I go with my makeup. Like if I'm going to do makeup at all, it's definitely more of like a no makeup look, but that's kind of what I like for church because there's no need, right, to do the most. Okay, well, bye everyone. It's so good to chat with y'all. It's so good to see you. Thank you so much for joining the live. I hope everyone has a lovely rest of your Sunday. Feel free to catch the replay after this. I'll definitely be sure to upload it. Bye. Love you.